welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Modupe once again. If this is your first time here, you are welcome, and if you are a subscriber, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your supporting my channel. So today we're going to be talking about an interesting one, which is things that you need to know before migrating to Canada. So if you're a student or you're anybody looking into migrating to Canada, you really have to listen to this, okay? So the first thing we are going to be talking about is the opening hours. Okay, so guys, before you go into a store, when you come in, you want to check what time the stores opens and what time it closes. Now some of you are coming from countries where you expect that some stores should be opened as early as 7 a.m. Or as late as 12 a.m. 1 a.m. It doesn't happen like that in Canada. In fact, the first time I experienced it, it was not funny because I needed to grab something from the store so quickly, like very early in the morning, and that store did not open till like 10 a.m. I'm like, what's going on here? Oh yeah, then I realized that that is Canada for you. Canada do not joke with holidays. We have a lot of holidays, and yes, we observe all the holidays, and yeah, they enjoy their relaxing time. So yes, please, if you have to get something as essential as like baby diapers, baby food, you know, those are really essentials. They are things that you cannot afford not to have. But kindly check your GPS just to be sure that that store is open before you walk right in there, so you don't probably go out of the cold to say, oh, I'm going to a store to quickly purchase this, and you find out that that store is closed. Yes, that's just an heads up for you. So the second one we are going to be talking about is the free healthcare or health insurance. I've heard a couple of people say it that, oh, healthcare is free in Canada. No, it is not free. So just so you know, if you have an health card, okay, consultation is free for you, right? But if you have a prescription, you definitely will most likely need to buy your medications yourself. So yeah, you're going to pay for that, okay? So, but if you have some coverage by the government, then I think almost everything is free for you. Now for students who come into Canada and for visitors, right, it's usually hard for them, but I would just suggest that if you are a student or a visitor, I would just suggest that you get an health insurance before you come in. Even if you make the payment, you can cancel it later if need be for you to cancel, because I've seen a situation where it was actually a friend of mine precisely. She was really sick. Unfortunately, because she doesn't have health insurance, guess what? She collapsed. And because she's been managing the situation, she was so sick. And one time she collapsed just right in her room. We actually thought she was praying. Then the lady who lives with her realized that, oh, she's not been feeling fine. I think she just collapsed. And yeah, we started calling paramedics. Then she woke up. We're like, okay, should we... are you okay? Are you better? Should we still go ahead and make this call? She said yes, she's in pain, that we should make the call. But guess what? Suddenly she was like, okay, we should just find out how much it is. Okay, so we called, we found out from them. When we called the paramedics, they said, oh, we're gonna be there in the next 10 minutes, right? So we're waiting for 10 minutes, but she said find out from them. I'm like, why do we have to? You're already so sick, why do we really have to find out? Well, guess what? We found out from them like how much is it going to cost if we have to if they have to come down here to pick her to the hospital, and it was $500. Guys, $500, that's a lot of money just for a pickup, right? That is even excluding the treatment that she was going to be taking from the hospital. So when my friend heard this price, she was like, no, you know what, cancel it. I'm like, girl, you're not feeling too well, we can't cancel it. She said, no, go ahead and do. I can't afford to pay the money, right? $500 I'm sure could actually pay for a 1 month rent, because she only pays for one room with my friend where that she's living with. So yes, for students it's not easy on them. But yes, if you're coming in, just get an health insurance. Even if it's just for a short time, you can always cancel it if you don't need it that much. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the language. So guys, if you're coming to Canada, I would strongly advise that you check the language that is being spoken in the province that you're going to. So Canada has two official languages, which is English and French. Okay, so if you're looking at going to Quebec, for example, has influx of French speaking immigrants. So that way, if you find yourself in Quebec, it's really going to be hard for you to communicate. I found myself in that situation. We had to move from Quebec to Montreal. And yeah, Montreal is better because it is one of the most bilingual cities in Quebec. Okay, so yeah, even in Montreal, despite the fact that it was a bit better, it was still hard for me to communicate. Like, I can say for me, because my children were really, really young then. And from what I heard, if you children learn so fast, if I could manage the situation, or if we could manage the situation, of course the children would have just been enrolled in some French schools. And by now it's been 3 years. They'll be so good in French right now. But yeah, I just couldn't cope. The schools, the stores, everywhere you turn into is just French. It's just French. And if you go into the store, you want to get something, you want to communicate freely, you just cannot. You can't express yourself the way you really want to. And guess what? If you go into some stores, because you don't speak French, they really would not attend to you properly. They would rather attend to somebody speaking French rather than attending to you, because they would just be like, no understand. Like, they speak very little English. And sometimes from what I heard, some of them can speak French, speak English, but because they just want you to learn. If you're living in Montreal or Quebec, you have to learn, because that's the official language right there. So please, if you're looking to migrating, check where you're going into, just so you enjoy your stay, right? So the next one we're going to be talking about is tipping. Yes, you heard me right. Tipping. Some of us are not used to tipping from wherever we're coming from, right? Yes, but here in Canada, the average you can tip is 15% upward. Now, it is not compulsory. It is totally up to you. But you're actually expected to tip some specific service providers, such as your barber, drivers, that's Uber drivers, DoorDash, any Uber Eats drivers, any driver, even taxi drivers, you're expected to tip them if you want to, right? It is seen as you're being disrespectful if you're not. You don't necessarily have to, don't get me wrong, but it is actually expected of you to tip this set of people, and yeah, I can tell you for a fact that tipping might not be easy if you're trying to order something on a budget. For example, you could buy a food of let's say like $50, and your tax and delivery fees is already like 20 something dollars, maybe like $25. That's you already spending $75 as opposed to spending $50, right? And you're still expected to tip. Yes, you are. So you can be nice enough to tip if the service is really good for you. But yes, it's advisable, because some of us, when we came into Canada, we've had to do such things too. I'm going to use myself as an example. I did Uber Eats, I did Instacart, I did DoorDash. And guess what? I was doing those things in between timing that I was having to drop my children off at school. Like, okay, when they're at school, I'll just pick up my car and quickly go and do Uber Eats or any of these delivery services. So just so I make small money. And maybe in like 4 or 5 hours, I make $70. I know some of you will tell me that's really small. Hey, I know. But I tried, right? Because I was just trying to be very careful so I don't get into trouble, drive anyhow. Sometimes it was even during the snow. So anyways, back to the topic. So $70, but at the end of the day, when I get home and I'm just checking my app, and I realized that I actually made $70, but I got tipped like $35, $45. Already I could be feeling bad that, $70 was really small for 4 or 5 hours. But then when I see like $35, $45, the fact that I'm able to I'm able to go above 100 gives me so much joy. And I don't even care if it was tip or not. I really appreciate that. I have up to like $100 in my account for just one day. You know how that feels? Exciting, I must tell you. So yes, definitely tipping is really good. If you can do it, please do it. It's really warmed my heart, and I'm sure it warms the heart of people that you are giving this money to. They really appreciate it. So have that in mind. Tip us. when we provide services for you. Okay. Okay, so the next one we're going to be going to, I think I have two more on my list. So the next one that we're going to be talking about is the driver's license. Okay, so just so you know, if you come into Canada, in some provinces, yeah, I'm still going to be talking about Toronto. So in some provinces, you are allowed to drive your driver's license, and I think it's all in. I mean, it's in all the provinces. You're allowed to drive with your license from your country for the next 3 months. I think I'm going to talk about Toronto once again. I know in Toronto is about It's about 3 months. Yes, you can drive with. I mean, you can use your license to drive for the next 3 months. Okay, and I know for some other province too, I think for Quebec it is for like 6 months. You can use that license for the next 6 months. Okay, so yes, so just find out whatever province you go into, find out, get your license before you come here. If you know you would like to drive when you get into Canada, get your probably international driver's license. Yeah, get your international driver's license so you can drive when you get in here. It is a very good one, guys. So yeah, the last one we are going to be talking about. Oh no, before I go further, I also would like to let you know that if your driver's license is in another language, not French or English, if for example it's like Russian, guys, you have to get it notarized, because if you get stopped by a policeman and you're asked, can I see your license, and you bring out your license that you have, like, this is what I have, how do you want him to read it, right? So you have to get it notarized. The policeman is just going to look at you like, are you normal? I'm sorry, I was just imitating Mr. Macaroni. Okay, good. So yes, that is that for the driver's license. Get it notarized. That way it's going to have the translation that I'm sure the policeman will definitely be able to read when he sees it. Okay, so you don't get into any form of trouble. We don't want that, you know. So yes, the last one we're going to be talking about, very quick one. Okay, so public drinking or drinking of alcohol is illegal here in public. Okay, you cannot drink alcohol in public. Some of us are coming from, or we came from, countries whereby you know what I'm talking about. You can't do that here. Yes. So yes, you cannot drink in public here. You have to respect yourselves. If you want to buy an alcohol, just buy. Go into the store, buy it. Go into your home, go into the bar. Just go into a place, lock yourself in there if you want to drink alcohol. Don't think you can be chilling on alcohol on the street, on the road. It is not allowed. Okay, though I heard, I am not too sure, that in Quebec, if you're in the park, as far as you're eating, you can take alcohol. I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me though. I mean, if it is not allowed Canada wide, why would you be allowed to drink alcohol with food? Like, why would you even want to drink alcohol with food? I mean, people do that, right? Okay, yes, but just have it in mind that drinking alcohol publicly is illegal. Do not do it. So I hope this few tips has really been able to help you, and it will help you to plan yourself coming to Canada. So this is the few tips I have for you. I am sure to be coming up with more tips for you as well. So thank you so much for watching this video to this point. If you haven't subscribed, please kindly subscribe, and yeah, take care of yourself, guys. Bye.